Guys, Bill Soriano in Pittsburgh. It's about 8:11 a.m. I'm a little bit groggy here. I slept in a little bit, and basically, I'm going to show you what happened overnight, right around the open of the London session, a little bit right after it opened. A lot of these currencies decided to reverse, like I was talking about yesterday, and move in the other direction, and some entries went off. And again, if you were only looking to trade with a confirmed trend, you wouldn't have taken those entries. But like I talked about yesterday, we're going to have a way to identify at what point that trend is susceptible to changing, and we're going to be able to get on board because the best trades you'll find with this indicator are going to be right when the trend is starting to reverse. And we're going to have ways to spot that and take these trades. And I went over this yesterday in the video a little bit to show you what I meant. But if you just look here, a couple trades that we had, what I did was before I went to bed last night, I moved them to break even. And this was one of the trades right here. We were in this trade. We were up about 22 pips, but it just kind of stalled out. So the other factor of the trading strategy and trading system is that after a certain number of hours elapse, what you're going to find is when we look back at these trades yesterday, those 4 out of 5 trades that we won, we were able to get from entry to that take profit 1 or 50 pip level pretty quick within 12 hours. And then these ones that kind of just stagnated, they went into profit, but then they just couldn't go any further. Like this was one of them right here. So if you count the time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 18 hours. Each one of these bars is an hour on the hourly chart. So that's why before I went to bed last night, I moved these all to break even. We got stopped out at break even. And so that'll be part of the strategy where if the currency doesn't make the move to plus 50 or take profit within, say, 12, 13, 14 hours, that you can then either decide if you're in profit to just take the profit and close the trade, or you can move the stop to break even so you don't lose anything. Now, if you're currently negative on that currency, then you have to make the decision whether to just take the loss where you're at, or you just wait and see if it does in fact go down and stop you out, or up and stop you out, whichever way you're going. And or you can put a limit order in at the break even point so that if you do get back to that level, you can get out. But we'll discuss all that later. But there's going to be a limit, because at some point, some of these currencies just hit a wall and they don't move any further. And you can see right here, this is a prime example where this area right here just won't move any further. And the ones where we made money on, like USD JPY, you see like this one here, for instance, this one takes a little bit longer as well. But if you count the hours here, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See, right in this area here, this just wasn't moving. So, may have wanted to just get out of that trade or move that trade to break even if we were up a little bit. But then what happens is then it goes back across the sell line, and then it gives you another signal. And that signal then goes to take profit 1 very quickly. So this is what I'm talking about. There could be a time limit that we want to set on these trades, and if they don't get to our take 1 or our plus 50 pips, or if we don't get stopped out, then we may just want to get out of them. Here's an example of EURJPY where this went down here. See, it gives a sell entry right here. Again, this is one of those trades I'm showing you where we see price drop from above to below the 89-day. We see both faster moving averages pointing down. We know that this is about to change direction. So we would take this sell entry, even though it's going against the trend at that point. It's going against the global trend, okay? Also, there's a certain number of days that the global trend stays up before it reverses. So we're going to come up with that number as well. It seems like after about 6 days, up or down, you don't want to continue taking trades with the trend. You want to wait for the reversal. Now, you may miss some trades, but you won't lose money on some trades as well. Anyway, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hours, it's down to take profit 1. An interesting point with this one is you see here, when this moves down through take profit 1, we may have an opportunity then to just put the trailing stop right at take profit 1 and say, hey, our goal is to get out of take profit 1 or 50 pips, whatever comes first, right? But we're at take profit 1. We now have an opportunity, since it's moved down through it, we have an opportunity to put our trailing stop at take profit 1, see if it goes a little further, see if we can get it to 3 and get out down there. So there could be a way to do that in our trading system. I don't know for sure. I have to do more testing on that, but there could be a way for us to do that as well. But let's look at some of these that just reversed and took off, right? Here's USD CAD. Look, right here, price, this is in a downtrend, and it's been in a downtrend for a while, right? Here's the cross. Get the cross of the moving averages. They kind of go up and down. And then right here, they cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We were on the 8th day going down. I think after about 6 days, the opportunity to reverse exists, right? So in this one here, as we see, this just takes off. Price moves above. Right here, price moves strongly above the 89 day. Both of the faster moving averages here are pointing straight up. And actually, by the time you get to the buy entry here, the 13 days getting ready to cross, and the 21 days pointing straight up as well. So that's where I said these trades that present themselves right when the currency is about to reverse, these are the best trades to take. And, at some point, we may decide these may be the only trades that we take. It may be part of our system that you only take trades when the signal goes off right as the currency is reversing. Okay. But look right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 hours. It's up past take profit 1, right? So in 3 hours, you get your money. You're in and out of the trade in 3 hours. And that's a move of about 49 pips to take profit 1, right? And we just got a sell entry here in GJ. Well, that's an old one. Okay, because GJ is another one that I wanted to show you here. I think my indicator is a little bit behind. Because what happened was last night I shut MT4 off, so none of the indicators, none of the notifications went off, so I missed them all. Usually I hear my phone go off and I'll come and check the charts, even if it's in the middle of the night. Anyway, GBP JPY is another one of these that reversed right after the London Open here. Price moves down below the 89, right? It's been in an uptrend. Look, how many days? How many days have the two faster moving averages been above the slower one? Right here they cross down, but then they go right back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is day number 8. Okay, day number 8. After about day 6, we should probably start looking for a reversal, right? That would mean that if we would get a signal with the trend, we wouldn't take it because we're now looking for a reversal. Okay. So let's expand this out here and look what happened here. This was what I was talking about yesterday. Price moved down from below the 89 day. Both of the faster moving averages, 13 and 21, are pointing straight down, right? Comes blazing down here. Right here is the entry, right? Right as the 13 is getting ready to cross and the 21's pointing straight down. You get in this trade, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. 6 hours, and you're down to take profit 1. Okay? So, that's a move of 56 pips. So again, we would have set this at a 50 pip gain right now, and we would have been out with 50 pips in 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours. Okay? So this is what I was talking about yesterday, where these signals that go off right as the currency is about to reverse trends, these are by far the most powerful signals that you get with this indicator, this Fibo Quantum indicator. These indicators go fast to take profit. They get down to take profit one fast, or 50 pips, whatever's closer, and they barely reverse at all against you until they get to that level. Now, once they get to that level, sometimes they do pull back all the way to break even. And that's why we talked about, yesterday, we decided to just get out at 50 pips or take profit one, whichever comes first. We may have to think about revising that though, see if there's a way that we can stay in the trade and put the trailing stop all the way up to that level so that we could see if the trade can move further or not. Maybe there's an opportunity for us to get to take profit two or take profit three without losing that take profit one gain or that 50 pip gain, whatever comes first. So that was another one there that went off. Okay. Let's see here. This was a trade we were in yesterday, right? We got out right here. You see the pullback, right? You always get a pullback after a big move. After a big move in one direction, you get some kind of a pullback, but then it takes off down, okay? And it's all the way down like 133 pips at that point. Now, the problem is here, like I said, it's very hard. It's going to be very hard for us to stay in a trade that gets to take profit two, almost take profit two, right? 55 pips, and then we see it pull all the way back to here, okay? And then we have no guarantee once it pulls back, it's going to stop. So that's why we have to look at getting out of trades and moving on to the next trade. Some of them are going to do this. As we study them, like I say, though, there may be a way for us to figure out how to get more pips without losing that initial take profit one or 50 pips, whatever comes first. All right, this was one right here. This was the one we said was no trade if it goes up through, and then boom, it just blasted right down. Right now, we're going to take this trade. We're going to go short right here. So we just went short on GBP USD, right? It's the price now just dropped below the 89-day moving average a couple hours ago. Both of the faster moving averages are pointing straight down. So we're going to look for this to change direction now. And these are going to be the type of trades that you're going to want to find. These will be the ones with a much higher probability of success, I believe. And so what will happen is you'll be able to load up on these type trades a little bit more with a little more lot size to get more profit, right? So we took that trade right there. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this. We're going to take this, move our stop loss right to where it says sell stop loss, right? See how I did that? And then we're going to take the line again where we get in. We're going to drag it down to take profit one. So take profit one is actually 59 pips. So we can move that back a little bit, move that up a little bit so that our take profit one is right around 50 pips there. It's right now 51.3 pips. Okay. And, we're going to look for this to go fairly quickly, probably in the next 3 or 4 hours, get right down to there and we'll be out with our 50 pips. Maybe faster than that. Okay, here's another one that's getting ready to reverse, right? This is one that we were short last night, right? We were trading with the trend. We were short. We took the sell entry here, and we set this stop loss before I went to bed. I moved this stop loss up to break even so that we wouldn't lose anything on that. And the reason why I did that again was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You see, it's 19 hours before it moves and then goes back to break even. Okay. So it was up about 25 pips, but then it just stalled out. It couldn't go no further. Okay. And when that happens, usually what I'm seeing is that it eventually reverses, goes the other way now. And if we would have left our stop loss on this right here, we'd get stopped out right here with a bigger loss. Now what we're looking at is prices moved up above the 89-day, right? The faster moving averages are pointing straight up to 13 to 21. We're looking for this to give a buy entry right here. And even though it's currently against the global trend, because it's moved up above the 89-day, you haven't gotten a true confirmation of the trend change because the faster moving averages are not above the slower one. But we know that's where it's going. Now, we could be wrong sometimes, but we have a pretty good idea that that's what's happening because we see it happening across the board in the other currencies as well. Need a drink here, guys. So we're going to wait for that to hit there, and then we're going to get in that one as well. Here's another one right here that we were in. We actually took this trade. Again, we're getting in these a little bit late because we slept in a little bit. But again, this was one that gave a signal to go long here, and I put up here no trade, right? If you remember this from yesterday, this was one of them I put no trade because the uptrend was just too long. Right? I mean, this thing moves above, right? The faster moving averages move above the slower one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was day number 7. Okay. And that's where after 6 days, I'm looking for a reversal. So, I don't want to take this trade with the trend. I want to wait for signs of a reversal. And sure enough, here today we get it, right? The price drops down below the 89-day right here, closes down below. The moving averages the faster ones are pointing straight down. Then right here, it goes and gives the sell entry. We missed it by a little bit. We got in right here. So this is down about 20 pips right now. And here's our profit target right here, right before take profit 1. Okay. And actually, we're going to just slide that a little bit further down to get 50 pips, right? So hopefully this works out like I'm saying, and these move down and we get out with our profit. Here's another one. What? This one did the same thing. Look at the gain on this NZD USD. Look at this, guys. These are what I'm telling you. These are the trades you're going to want to look for with this indicator. Right when the trend is about to change. Okay. This was in an uptrend. How many days? How many days? Look, here's the cross of the two faster moving averages over the blue, right? We could call this the ketchup, right? The mayonnaise and the water if we want to, right? Here's the cross. The red one's the ketchup, obviously. The white is the mayo, and the blue is the water. Here's the cross, right? Ketchup and mayo above the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, right? 7 days. This was day number 8. What happens? We get a reversal, right? Price drops down below the 89-day. Right here, we get the signal. Now, again, if we wait for the total confirmation from the two faster moving averages, the ketchup and the mayo, we wouldn't take this trade, but that would be a mistake, right? This trade's down 83 pips in a matter of how many hours? 6, 7 hours, right? We get to take profit 1 within 3 hours after we get in, right? Within 3 hours after we get in, we get to take profit 1. And it just continues going down. It'll probably hit take profit 3. Okay, here's another one. Right? This was in an uptrend. This is AUDJPY, right? We didn't take these buy entries up here, right? Yesterday it gave a buy entry. It gives another buy entry right here. Of course, that's in the white box, so we wouldn't trade during that time. That's 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you look here and see what it's doing here, you get the cross right here, right? Ketchup and mayo across the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days up. And then on the 8th day, we see it start to reverse, right? Right here, price drops down below the 89-day, and it hits the sell signal on the same candle. And that's actually the last candle where you can actually take this signal, because see how the line stops right there. Let me get a drink here, guy. Boom, look at this. In 1 hour, you're out with take profit 1. Okay? 1 hour, you're out with take profit 1. Take profit 1's about 40 pips away, 38 pips away. you're out of the trade. Here's another one. This was one that we showed you yesterday, right? Here it was. It was down, right? You had the cross here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days down. And then on the seventh day, it moved back up above. You see right here, it moves back up above, but you don't get the buy entry. Okay, it wasn't quite ready to reverse right there, and we were lucky that the buy entry didn't go off till right here, right? The signal line didn't start till right there, so we wouldn't have taken the trade. It also maybe doesn't actually go through there either. So this now stays down below, right? And then it makes a cross right here. Here's another move back up above the 89-day, and then you get that buy entry signal right here, okay? And then what's it do? It shoots up, right? 115 pips to take profit one in a matter of 3 or 4 hours, right? We're out with 50 pips, okay? Now, this particular currency here is very volatile, and it moves a lot of pips per day. Its average daily range is probably, well over 200 pips a day, maybe even more. If you see yesterday from the top to the bottom, it moved 286 pips, so almost 300 pips right there. So this is a very volatile pair. So for this pair, you may want to set the target a little bit higher, wait till it gets to take profit one. We could decide on that. These are all things we could decide later on. Right now, we're just saying, hey, get in the trade, get out it, take profit one or 50 pips, whatever comes first. Later, after we study these charts more, we'll be able to maybe find a way where we're able to lock in that take one profit or 50 pip profit and try to find a way to get to two or take profit 2 or 3. I don't know that. That may be difficult because the way these currencies pull back after they get to take profit one, most of them, it's hard. But there are a few that don't, and those are the ones where you may be able to get a little bit more. Okay, this just takes off. Okay, now something I was working on yesterday, and I'll show you using. Of course, we know this Fibo Quantum indicator uses the Fibonacci sequence, the Fibonacci indicator somehow to paint these lines where you get in, go long, go short, and where your stops at and where your take profits at. I'm trying to figure out to use a retracement tool here. We see this big move from the buy entry up to almost take profit 2. Okay. And so we know at some point it's going to pull back. If you take the retracement tool from the buy entry line to where it goes, and then you use the golden ratio of 61.8 over here, you get a pullback to that area, that could be a place where you could take this trade again. But that's something that's going to need further testing, guys. My indicator keeps going off for some reason, though, even though GBP JPY hit that sell level a long time ago. Look, this just continues to push its way down here. Yeah. So there's another example of where the best trades are the signals that go off right before the trend confirmation comes in. So we get the initial confirmation of the trend change by the price moving from above the 89-day to below or below to above. That's the initial confirmation of the trend change, the initial trend change signal. And then the confirmation comes when the two faster moving averages cross. But if we wait, we miss out. Okay. And that's why, like I talked about yesterday, how we're going to take these trades after we see that it's moved in a particular direction for 6 days or longer. We're going to start looking for that reversal. And when we see it, we're going to jump on it. And we're not going to take those trades with the trend anymore after it's been moving in that direction for at least 6 days. So let's see here. Let's see. What did we do here? Did we take this trade here? I don't know. This may have been one we missed here. I think Let me just check my MT4 here on my phone. And yes, this is one we just got out. We just got out, so I'll post this in the group here. We got looks like a 28 pip gain to take profit one, and I don't know where we were at here. Something doesn't seem right. No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. We weren't in this one. This one we didn't take. This one, we took this one yesterday, guys. Okay, we took this one right here yesterday. We got out to take profit one. It pulled back, and then boom, it just skyrocketed again. But like I was saying, when you have this deep of a pullback here, there's going to be no way for us to figure out a way to lock in that take profit one to try to take it deeper, take it longer, because the pullbacks are just, a lot of them just come too far back. AUD, NZD, this one, interestingly enough, I'm actually in this position long right now, even though I clearly wrote here no trade yesterday, right? I decided to take this entry last night just to see. And as you can see, because I wrote no trade because this particular currency here has been up for what here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay. So on the 8th day here, it pops up above there and you can see it goes nowhere. And right now it pulled all the way back, almost stopped us out down here. And now it's moving back up. But this is another one that I expect to go south, and we'll probably be able to jump in this one as it drops down below the 89 day and gives a sell entry later on this morning. Okay, here's one that we got in just a couple hours ago, or actually right before I got on the charts here. I got in this trade, and we're already out of it. You see, this one was already in a downtrend, right? So the reversal happened right here 2 days ago. So that was 1, 2. This is only the third day since the reversal. So it's safe at this point to take the trades with the trend, right? After 6 days, we wouldn't want to take any more trend trades. We want to wait for signals that the trend is going to reverse. But right here, we got in here and, we were able to get to take profit one and out right away. Here's a new currency I just added on, EURGBP. And as you can see here, this is reversing as well. But what's going to happen is we're not going to have a signal. So this gave a sell signal right here 2 days ago, which was very good, as you see here. If you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After 8 hours, it's down through take profit one. So this is what we're doing here with the system, guys. We're finding that the absolute best trades are going to occur when the signals go off right before the trend reverses, right before we get a confirmation, or what I want to call a second confirmation of the trend reversal. The first confirmation of a trend reversal is when the price moves from either above the 89 to below, or from below to above. The second confirmation, right, or I don't know, whatever I should call it, is when the two faster moving averages, both the 13 and the 21, cross in that direction as well. But the problem is, if we wait for that to happen, we miss the trades. So we can't wait for that to happen. We have to realize that after a trend has been in place for at least 6 days, we need to start looking for that trend reversal signal. We need to start looking for those signs that that trend's going to reverse. And then if we get a signal going in that other direction, we need to jump on that. And from all accounts, what I'm seeing here as I look at it yesterday, today, and I went back on a few charts last night to see what it looked like in the past, these are going to be the trades that we want to take. These are going to be the trades with the higher probability of success, and we'll be able to load up the lot size on these trades and risk a little more money to make a little more money. So again, that's where we're at right now. We're in that one trade that's probably going to go against us, right? That's in AU. See here, we took a trade. We took this trade here in GU. I can find it here, right here. So we're looking for that to move, in our direction right away. And we're looking to get out right down here, which will probably happen in an hour or two here during the New York session. We also have this trade right here, AU, right? We'll be looking for that to hit our profit target here during the New York session. Again, these are both trades where you don't have the second confirmation of the trend change, but we know it's coming and we got to get in them. And then the one trade that we're behind on is the one that we shouldn't have taken long last night, right? And we'll see what happens with it. But more than likely here after this pullback, it will go in the other direction and eventually give a sell signal today. So I'll come back on if there's anything that changes. Otherwise, I'll see you tonight around 8 p.m. if I'm able to get back on, if anything's going on during the Asian